February, 1959. Deep within the frozen mountains of the Soviet Union, 9 experienced hikers disappeared without a trace. They were young, intelligent, and trained to survive some of the harshest conditions on Earth. But weeks later, rescuers would uncover a scene so disturbing that even Soviet investigators struggled to explain it. The hikers were led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, an experienced trekker respected by everyone in the group. Their mission was simple: cross the northern Ural Mountains and complete a dangerous expedition that would earn them elite hiking certification. None of them knew they were walking toward one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. The group documented their journey with cameras and journals. Early photographs showed laughter, jokes, and moments of friendship as they skied deeper into the wilderness. The atmosphere felt hopeful. But hidden behind the smiles was a growing storm waiting in the mountains ahead. Their destination was near a mountain known by the local Mansi people as Kholat Syakhl. In English, the name translates to Mountain of the Dead. The region was isolated, freezing, and feared by many locals. Even experienced hunters avoided the mountain during brutal winter conditions. On February 1st, the hikers made a strange decision. Instead of descending into the safety of the forest below, they pitched their tent high on an exposed mountain slope. Investigators later questioned why experienced hikers would choose such a dangerous location with strong winds and freezing temperatures. That night, something happened inside the tent. Something terrifying enough to force all 9 hikers to flee into the darkness. Rescuers later discovered the tent had been sliced open from the inside. The group had escaped barefoot into temperatures colder than -30 degrees Celsius. The most chilling detail was the footprints. Search teams discovered tracks leading away from the tent toward the forest. Some hikers wore only socks. Others were completely barefoot. Yet the footprints showed little sign of panic, as if the group had been trying to escape quietly from something nearby. Weeks later, rescuers found the first 2 bodies beneath a giant cedar tree at the edge of the forest. Both hikers were nearly undressed despite the deadly cold. Nearby, investigators discovered the remains of a small fire, suggesting the group desperately tried to survive after fleeing the tent. The cedar tree itself revealed signs of panic. Branches high above the ground had been broken, as if someone climbed desperately upward trying to see something in the distance. But whatever they were looking at on that mountain was never identified. More bodies were discovered scattered between the forest and the abandoned tent. Some appeared to have died while trying to return to camp. Others were found huddled together against the cold. The group had become separated in total darkness as temperatures continued to fall. Then investigators uncovered something horrifying. Several hikers suffered massive internal injuries. One victim had a fractured skull. Another had severe chest trauma powerful enough to crush ribs. Yet strangely, there were almost no external wounds visible on their bodies. One of the female hikers was missing her tongue. Others were missing eyes. Soviet investigators struggled to explain the bizarre condition of the bodies. Rumors spread quickly that something unnatural had happened in the mountains that night. Then came another disturbing discovery. Tests revealed traces of radiation on some of the hikers' clothing. During the height of the Cold War, this immediately triggered theories involving secret military experiments hidden deep within the Soviet wilderness. Around the same time, witnesses from nearby villages reported seeing glowing orange lights moving across the night sky near the mountains. Some believed the hikers had accidentally witnessed a secret Soviet weapons test that went horribly wrong. The Soviet government suddenly closed the investigation. Their official explanation described the deaths as the result of an unknown compelling force. The vague wording only fueled suspicion. Many believed authorities were hiding the real truth from the public. One theory claimed an avalanche forced the hikers to flee their tent. At first, the explanation seemed reasonable. But critics quickly pointed out major problems. The tent was still partially standing, and many footprints remained clearly visible in the snow. Others believed the hikers encountered escaped prisoners or violent attackers somewhere in the mountains. But investigators found no signs of struggle, no defensive wounds, and no evidence that another group had been present during the incident. Some conspiracy theories blamed the indigenous Mansi people who lived near the region. But there was no evidence connecting them to the deaths. In fact, many Mansi locals later assisted rescue teams during the search operation. Then came one of the strangest theories of all. Scientists suggested powerful winds flowing around the mountain may have created low-frequency sound waves known as infrasound. These invisible vibrations can trigger fear, anxiety, and psychological panic in humans. According to the theory, the hikers may have experienced overwhelming terror caused entirely by sound. In panic, they fled the tent and became trapped in deadly freezing conditions before realizing the danger outside was even worse. Decades later, the mystery continued attracting investigators, scientists, and conspiracy theorists from around the world. Books, documentaries, and television specials tried to solve the case. Yet every explanation seemed to leave important questions unanswered. In 2019, Russian authorities officially reopened the investigation using modern technology and avalanche simulations. After months of analysis, they concluded that a delayed slab avalanche was the most likely explanation for the hikers' deaths, but many people still refuse to believe the avalanche theory. Questions remain about the radiation, the missing tongue, the glowing lights, and the strange behavior of the hikers that night. More than 60 years later, the mystery still refuses to die. Maybe it was an avalanche. Maybe it was a secret military experiment. Or maybe the truth was buried forever beneath the ice of Dyatlov Pass. Whatever happened on that mountain in 1959, 9 people entered the wilderness. And only the mystery returned. If you like what you saw and would like to see more content like this, please subscribe to Unsealed and comment.